as the New York Giants get ready for their destiny, their date with destiny, with the Philadelphia Eagles. The New York Jets are currently interviewing former Denver Bronco loser Nathaniel Hackett. By the way, even though he stunk in Denver, is not a bad guy to consider for offensive coordinator. Meanwhile, the Giants have to deal with the reality that Jalen Hurts is no longer on the injury report. Dun, 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 dun. Gamesmanship. Let the games begin. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today?
That doesn't mean he's fully healthy, though.
I agree 100%. This is called mental gymnastics. Some guys play chess, me. Some guys play checkers, Tommy. And that's what it is.
That's right.
That's all it is. Now, look, you knew he was playing.
Of course.
He's going to play.
Of course.
They're going to try to run the offense successfully, which they did not do in Week 18, which they did not do against New Orleans Saints, which they did do against Dallas, again with Gardner Minshew. But here's the reality. Go beat his ass up.
Damn right.
Be as physical as possible without getting a rough for the passer penalty. When he runs the ball,
listen, man,
attack him.
You can't
bury his shoulder into the ground.
You can't control that because, as we saw last week at the end of the Viking game, you may get called for a roughing the passer penalty. That ain't a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah.
But you got to be physical. You got to hit him. You got to get a pass rush. But you know what else you need to do? Because I think the Giants were given a little bit of a break with this in the Minnesota game. The Vikings got away from running the football. They got away from Dalvin Cook. He was not a huge part of this offense. The Philadelphia Eagles can run the ball down your throat.
Yeah.
And while 2 weeks ago, the Giant defense, the backups, did a pretty good job containing the run, like Miles Sanders didn't kill you. You know, we know what Miles Sanders did about 6 weeks prior. So one of the bugaboos of this Giant defense is stopping the run. Can they slow down Miles Sanders? And whether Wink Martindale wants to admit it or not, Giant killer Boston Scott, who's been a problem, not just this year, but certainly in the past.
Yeah, listen, I'm all pumped up, man. It's Philadelphia, New York. Cannot wait for it. Most of our show today is going to be on the New York Giants and all those things. But I do want to spend a moment on the New York Jets interviewing Nathaniel Hackett. You have to put aside for a moment the disaster that the Denver Broncos were. He, of course, did not, represent himself all that well. He was not great as a sideline coach and game day management and clock management and all that crap. But when you talk about a need for an offensive coordinator, what bothered you and I yesterday was the report that there was an interest in the New England Patriots tight end coach. I don't even know the guy's name. It's a non-starter for me as a fan. Nathaniel Hackett has the resume, whether they hire him or not, of a type of guy that the Jets should bring in here. With the Jaguars as offensive coordinator, he oversaw the best rushing attack in football and got to an AFC championship game.
With Blake
Yes.
Bortles.
Now, flip the script. He got fired by Doug Marrone the next year. He goes to Green Bay. He's got Aaron Rodgers. He's got the best offense in football. So the point of me bringing that up is he was able to craft an offense based on the talent he had. Blake Bortles had a really good running attack. He crafted an offense that fit the personnel.
And even before that, with Kyle Orton, had, I think, one of the best years of his career in Buffalo. So he's an established, knows what he's doing offensive coordinator. But there's going to be two criticisms of him that are completely unfair, and you laid out one of them. That he stunk as a head coach.
Well, a lot of guys have stunk at head coaches who are brilliant coordinators. I'll give you Norv Turner just as an opening salvo.
Just to be a jerk, I'll give you Todd Bowles.
Fair enough.
Wonderful defensive coordinator. The other criticism of Nathaniel Hackett that is not fair, and trust me, I want to do it because I wasn't born yesterday. I hated Nathaniel Hackett's dad. I thought Paul Hackett sucked when he was the offensive coordinator in the early 2000s. But here's the beautiful thing. I know your sons. I've gotten to know them.
Yeah.
Sonny, Lucky, Anthony. They're nothing like you.
Correct.
So just because you are the spawn of somebody doesn't mean you're him.
No,
you're
it's unfair.
someone else.
It's unfair. Totally unfair.
So Paul Hackett, yes, if I'm talking about offensive coordinators I've cursed out in my lifetime, Craigie's a part of the list. I didn't love Paul Hackett,
okay,
but it has nothing to do with his son. So, yes, Right now, you and I are in lockstep, a little ring around the rosy. You can hire Nathaniel Hackett, and I'd be good with it.
Yeah, I got no problem with it. Now, I'd like you to interview other potential candidates because you want to make sure that you haven't missed somebody who might be a great potential hire. But if you are looking for a guy with the resume that the Jets should absolutely consider, it's this guy. He's a football lifer. He grew up in it. He's really Doug Marone's guy from Syracuse on it. Kind of followed Doug, to Buffalo, to Jacksonville, and all that stuff. But he has shown the ability to craft an offense based on what he's got and what he doesn't have. Also, again, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming here. But if part of the plan was, make a legitimate pitch after June 1st because he cannot be traded before June 1st because if he is, the Green Bay Packers have a $40 million dead cap number.
Right.
So anybody that thinks that Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with a new team, now you may hear who he's going to, but he's not going to do a deal before June 1st because the Packers can't.
No, you're
he
right.
also might go back to Green Bay and get the $50 million. That being said, if you went to Aaron Rodgers and said you had some of your best years with Nathaniel Hackett as offensive coordinator, you never know.
Well, that's
you never know.
But you just hit on it. You never know.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers may say, "Oh, that hack is there.
Yeah.
I'm out."
He also might say that.
Or and I didn't mean to pun on that. Or he may say, "I love Nathaniel, but you hit on something that's going to be very, very frustrating." You're right. Aaron Rodgers' future is probably not going to be decided for a while, and if he's on a different team, he would be post-June 1st. There's a lot of salary cap reasons for that. There's another guy who could be a Jet target named Ryan Tannehill. Not saying Ryan Tannehill's Aaron Rodgers, but he is a veteran quarterback.
I don't think the Jet fan base would be like,
well, I mean, sometimes you got to be realistic.
Better than what we got. But
he, too, would be a post-June 1st guy, and that's going to suck. Because the one thing I'm going to want to know, like, relatively soon, is who the hell the quarterback is. No one wants to deal with going into June wondering who's it going to be.
A, because it's post-draft.
Yeah.
B, because we have this need to know now.
Yes.
And if it's now, obviously deals get done, conversations get had, but those guys can't do deals and they can't be traded until after June 1. Which is why when I watch all these shows going about Aaron Rodgers is going here and he's going, no, he's not. Now, he may represent to Green Bay well before June 1st that he does want out, and I respect that might happen, but he ain't getting a deal done until after.
No, but the one thing I know won't happen with Aaron Rodgers, you can guarantee this, you can lock it up, is this guy's not retiring. He's owed way too much money to just leave. As crazy as Aaron Rodgers may appear to be, he ain't that crazy. He's not walking away from millions of He's got like a guaranteed $58 million roster bonus that Green Bay needs to give him before week 1 or another team has to give him if he's traded. You think Aaron Rodgers is going to look at that plus and say, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to go pretend like I'm the host of Jeopardy. No. So he's playing football next year. The question is, does he go back to Green Bay or is he going to force his way out? The apple of my eye is Lamar Jackson, and I understand all the concerns that are attached with him. And by the way, Giant fans, if you're listening, feel bad for us. The fact that this is a discussion sucks. The Giant discussion is going to the NFC Championship game. How do we beat the Eagles to get there?
Yep.
The Jet discussion is the same freaking discussion we've had for a decade, which is game planning next season. And that stinks in January.
Yeah, I was reminiscing earlier today. I had some time to kill, and I was watching old YouTube videos of Fat Rex Ryan when he was fat, with all due respect, and he was lost a lot of weight, and he looks fantastic now. Running off the field. Having gotten to another AFC Championship game. And it was phenomenal, just phenomenal. But yeah, look, Giants are getting ready to try to figure out how to beat the Eagles. I think it is a winnable game. I think it's going to be a very good game, a close game, a competitive game. I do not think the Giants get blown out of this game at all. And on the Jets side, I like the fact that they didn't just immediately say yes to a guy because he has an affiliation with Bill Belichick. And they are now talking to guys who have legitimate resumes as successful offensive coordinators. Now, to be fair, Hackett's had more success with running offenses than he has with passing offenses, but he's shown the ability to do both.
Well, when you have Lamar Jackson at quarterback and Breece Hall and Michael Carter in your run game, you should run for 225 a game and lead the NFL in rushing. I agree with you.
Yeah, so I'm all good. I mean, if you told me Nathaniel Hackett's the guy, I immediately dismissed what I saw this year. And I liked Nathaniel Hackett this year. He had a bad shake. He had a quarterback that played like crap. And, yeah, he had his own warts as well and how he used timeouts, how he made some fourth quarter decisions. But I don't care.
I don't understand.
I don't care.
I don't understand why we do this. Like, your success as a head coach is irrelevant when it comes to what kind of
Only because
coordinator
it's the
you
lowest
are.
hanging fruit. That's why.
No,
You know
it
why.
doesn't mean anything.
Well, you know why we do it.
I know, but it's stupid.
Like, when's the last time you saw Nathaniel Hackett? Engineering a 4-win season for the Broncos.
Do you think Josh McDaniels was a good offensive coordinator?
I think
Of
he's a
course
very
he
good
was.
offensive coordinator.
Now, so far, he looks like a terrible head coach.
That's right.
And there's a laundry list of these great coordinators littered throughout NFL history that, for whatever reason, and I think it's different for each guy, just couldn't make that jump and be a head coach. And as of right now, as of this moment, the Jets aren't looking for a head coach. A year from now, maybe a different story.
Oh, well, listen, if they're don't get me started. I don't want to go down that road, Evan. I'm hoping Robert Saleh is the guy and proves it with a playoff appearance next year. But right now, we got interviews for OCs, and we've got the New York Giants keeping hope alive, getting ready to play the Eagles. The big news out of Philly again is that Jalen Hurts is not on the injury report for the first time in a month. He had a full practice yesterday. Obviously, throughout the afternoon, a lot of the coaches and some of the players will speak to the media as things come down from Philly. And, of course, the Giants, the guys will run it, and we'll let you hear it because it's important now because, all the eggs are in that basket right now. Forget about the Knicks. Forget about the winless Nets without Kevin Durant. Forget about hockey. Forget about the Jets.
I'm not going to argue with you about that. You should say that.
I know.
You should.
It is about the New York Giants carrying the water for the city of New York.
Just remember this. Jalen Hurts not being the MVP caliber player in a lot of ways is the equalizer. Jalen Hurts has played one game in the last month.
Correct.
That game was against the Giants, and I think we'd all admit he was, I mean, how would you describe that performance?
I thought the
against
second half
third
was actually disappointing if you're an Eagle fan.
Yeah, no, I get it. Look, the dude rushed for 13 yards.
That's right.
Like, he wasn't the same guy.
Now, you got to figure they open the offense up more now. But,
100%.
But the reality is that he has not played a great game of football and has only played one game of football in a month.
One game in a month.
That's it.
So injury report or no injury report, that's the fear I think the Eagle fan probably has going into Saturday night, which is, am I getting the guy who put up monster numbers against Green Bay? Am I getting the guy that was the MVP caliber player 12 weeks into the season? Yeah. Who am I getting? Because we all know how brilliant Jalen Hurts was this season. Am I getting that? Or am I getting a guy that's not the same because A, he hasn't played in a month, and B, he's not completely healthy. And like I mentioned yesterday, there's one quarterback remaining in the NFL playoffs who's never tasted the sweet nectar of winning a postseason game. Trevor Lawrence has done it. Daniel Jones has done it. Dak's done it multiple times. Jalen Hurts, and a lot of it wasn't his fault. They got their ass kicked last year. They were down 21-0 before he could, basically sneeze. But Jalen Hurts is still looking for that first.
Yeah, he sure is. By the way, bad job by Big Mac today. As far as I can tell through the window, not repping Giant colors today.
What's up with that?
Wow. I mean, here you have a playoff game, chance to go to the NFC Championship. Yeah. I don't know, maybe you're only down to the one sweatshirt. You don't wear it every day, I guess. But how do you show up for work at a sports talk station in New York as a diehard fan? If this were the Yankees, you'd be rocking your Yankee gear. What's
on
up?
An off day? I don't necessarily agree with that.
You're
and
damn
second
right
of all,
you would.
Well, I have a lot more Yankee stuff.
I mean, the Giants didn't play yesterday.
First
you
of
wore
all,
Giants
what's the name of the team?
New York Giants.
What's the nickname of the team?
Big Blue.
If you were to look at me and look to make fun of me, what would you call me right now?
I honestly, I can't say, to be honest.
Is that gray? Wearing
Big
gray?
Blue.
Gray.
Blue.
Or is that Grimace?
This is blue.
Where's their blue?
Where is there blue
You're
on
wearing
the whole
gray.
thing? This is all blue.
It's hard for me to see, honestly.
Collars.
If you tell me that's blue, sure, why not?
It's blue.
He
But
looks
it's
like
not-
a grizzly bear. What are you talking about?
It's not obviously
What's
blue.
wrong with the
It's not
blue?
obvious. That's all I'm saying. It's not obvious.
It's obviously blue.
It's not obvious.
It's obviously blue.
By the way, you guys also challenged me yesterday to put pen to paper and throw down a couple bars because almost like a response to the great Keith McPherson, who does nights here on the Fans, did a very nice job into year number 2 already. You believe that? Into year 2.
Crazy, man.
So I did it.
You did?
Yes, I did.
I'm excited.
Because I know you're gonna bust my balls if I didn't. So I did put pen to paper, and I will astound you with a couple bars.
Are you confident?
Oh, am I confident?
You think I'm going to actually say, wow, Craig, that was awesome?
I think if I pull it off, you're going to be like, that's awesome. You might be the best rapper in the building.
Well,
Certainly possible.
apparently, I was listening to my man Sal Licata during the overnight, and he claimed he's a great rapper, too.
Let's not get crazy now.
I heard him say it.
Listen, let's not. Dr. Seuss rhymes don't count when you're putting your kids to bed, and I love Sal. But that don't count. That doesn't count.
I heard him say it. He said, I'm a good rapper.
Said it, but until you actually get on a microphone and spit some bars,
oh, wow.
you are not a rapper.
You hear that, Sal? He's challenging you.
Well, first, let me not embarrass myself.
He said, after I don't embarrass myself, I want you spitting bars tonight at 3 a.m.
Now, you can write them down because those are the parameters that Keith set for us.
Yes.
He wrote his down. So I wrote mine down.
Yes.
So if Sal wants to write his down, I think it'd be a nice little challenge.
I think he's got to do it. I want to hear it.
By the way, what kind of beat you guys going to give me on this? A boom, 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 boom.
I have a bunch of options. We can go over some.
Yeah, we can go over some options.
It's like they have a whole bunch of
it's kind
old
of groovy.
stuff.
Hold on, let me see if I can get into this. Well, you can't give me a rap with lyrics.
Well, I'm just going through
that. No, I don't like that one. The first one so far is the best.
Okay.
Maybe a little slower, maybe. I'll deal this a teeny bit.
Let's have some lyrics.
I think that last one was better for me.
Okay.
I think I can drop it on that last one.
Okay.
All right, but later in the show, Evan, you can decide when we do it. All right, I can probably do that. I can probably do that. Yeah.
That one's called Liquid Syrup.
Liquid syrup, that's right.
Do you have a name for your rap, by the way?
The name of my rap? You could call the name of my rap No Cap, It's the Truth.
No cap, it's the truth.
That's the name of the rap.
Okay.
No cap, it's the truth.
Cap means lie,
Cap.
so I know what that means.
Yes, not cat.
No, cap. I know what cap
It means you're
lie.
lying.
Right.
No cap, it's the truth.
Okay.
That's the name of the rap. All right, we'll do it later anyway. That'll be fun.
I'm excited.
I'm either going to embarrass myself or you're going to be like, wow, dude should be on stage of the Garden.
I would say
performing sold-out shows.
I think I speak for majority of the audience when I say there's about an 86% chance you're going to embarrass you.
I'm not going to. Listen, I have to be good at it.
Do you?
Yeah, I have to be good at it.
mean,
I should have brought my
clicked.
drum kit in for it, too. I could have done it to my own drumming. Oh, yeah.